Hello everybody, Haunted William here, back with another Morbid review for the Halloween 2019 season. And today I'm going to be giving my thoughts and opinion on the all-new August 2019 release of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. If you aren't familiar with Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, it was basically a poem, book/novel series. I think it was in the 80s or 2000s. You guys could correct me down in the comments below. But basically, the essential premise of the movie or the story is that this girl named Stella, she really likes to write these very creepy stories. And as you see that she's really obsessed with like horror movie stuff. She has all types of Boris Karloff and Dracula, Universal Monster stuff all over her room, which is very cool, and I can relate to that. And she also has two friends, August and then another friend. I forgot what his name is. You could tell me again in the comments below. But eventually, on Halloween night, they decide to prank the bullies that bully everybody. And they end up getting into a big mess. And then the bullies run them into a movie theater, or a drive-in movie theater. And that's where they meet one of the young men of the movie. His name is Ramon. He lost his brother in Vietnam. And so they decide to go to an abandoned haunted house. And apparently this girl named Sarah had tortured kids with her scary stories. And she had hung herself by her hair, which was very creepy. But you see throughout the movie that she was never the bad guy the entire story. And everybody thought of her wrong, in the wrong type of way, which I really did find like a really neat plot twist. So yeah, they get the book, and then every single night it starts writing itself, and then every night there's a new victim. Like the first time it was they wrote the Harold story, and then the bully got he got turned into a scarecrow by that, you've probably seen it in the advertisements, that he's like a scarecrow. His name is Harold. It was a very unsettling one, especially when the bully started throwing up all the straw out of his mouth. It was very creepy, and I really did like that about this movie. The unsettling type of uncanny parts of the movie. I really did especially like that there wasn't much CGI, and it was more practical effects. So yeah, that was very good. I believe there was this one contortionist from America's Got Talent who did the Jangly Man, another one of the story monsters. Half of that was just regular practical effects, and the rest of it for certain scenes, like when his body parts fell off and stuff. Of course, you can't actually do that in real life, so they had to use some CGI. They had to use CGI for that. But besides that, all the costumes and everything are all made from, they're all practical effects, especially a lot of the scenes. And like the Red Spot story, I believe that the entire part of that was also practical effects. I wish more movies did that nowadays. A lot of movies nowadays are just lazy with putting CGI in the movie. I'm very happy that this brings back to a time where there wasn't any CGI or anything, and it was just practical effects like in the 80s, which is very interesting. So yeah, the characters were very relatable. I'd say Ramon and Stella were the most, because this movie takes place in 1958, and you see a lot throughout the movie. Richard Nixon was running for president, and you also know that Ramon's brother had passed away in Vietnam, which Vietnam was a very sad time and a very sad war for the U.S. in 1958. So there's a lot of throwbacks for a lot of people from the 50s. It's very interesting the way they dress and stuff. It's very cool. So yeah, I really did enjoy Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. A lot of very relatable characters. Stella and Ramon were a great two main characters. Practical effects were really good, and the story was basically a darker, more interesting version of the Jack Black Goosebump movies. So overall, I'm going to give this a 2 out of 3 on the Morbid review scale for brains. Tell me what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you guys later.